Right. Welcome to Sin Bin Stream. Tonight we have NFL action between the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Hope everybody's had a great Thursday around the world. Hope you're having a great Friday. Can't wait till tomorrow night. We got some great WNBA action coming up. Hello to Rhonda, Gal, and Father Time. Welcome. All right, just double checking the audio real quick. Let's make sure this is muted. It is. Rhonda, of course. Let's go Chiefs. Yeah, just want a good game above all everything. I'll agree with that, Gal. Oh, Kelsey and Reed. Yeah, gotcha. Hello, Father Time. Mac, hello. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Thanks for stopping in, checking in. Appreciate you all. Oh, yeah, here's a reminder of what we got this week. Again, tomorrow, Game 3 in the semifinals. Aces at Fever. Series tied 1-1. Lynx at Mercury. Also tied 1-1 at 6:30 and 8:30 Central. So that'll be 4:30 and 6:30 Pacific. Let's see. All right. Mike looks okay. Finally. Got the helmets here. Should be okay. Yeah, then Saturday, normal off day. I got to look into the schedule. Might start, I think, after my ESPN Unlimited subscription's over. I think I will switch to ESPN Unlimited and start doing NHL, hockey games, and maybe I don't know. Interesting college hockey might not be as strong, but that could be a possibility. I don't know if they're in the regular season already. I'd have to look into that. But then a full day Sunday, and unfortunately, when the schedule came out, they said the game game fours were going to be either at 2-4 or 12-2, and they did not hold to that. For some reason, so they have the 2:00 game on ABC, but Lynx Mercury is at 7:00 at night on ESPN, and normally that wouldn't be a problem, but Packers are in Dallas that night, and I'm definitely going to do that game instead. So I apologize. Won't be doing game 4 of Lynx Mercury because I'm already doing. I'm going to be watching Green Bay Dallas anyways. So I know there'd be more views probably in the WNBA, but the most important team to me is the Packers, and that's never going to change. And I looked ahead at the schedule. I think there's a game I won't get, so I'll probably just listen to that game and stream other games around that day. All right, we should just be about a minute from kicking off, maybe 2 tops. So, yeah, I'm going to do the London game at 8:30 in the morning. Then the WNBA game, Aces Fever, at 2, and then the nightcap, the Sunday night game, Packers at Dallas, 7:20. Monday Night Football, Tuesday night, if necessary, those game 5s, if either of those games go 5. Yeah, I hate to leave the views, but I'm gonna be watching the Packers. I would definitely be distracted by that game. So, yeah, just a heads up. Like, it happened right after I signed off on Tuesday. I was so shocked because I'm like, I know when they did the release, it was either 12-2 or 2-4. They locked that one game in at 2, and I'm like, there's no chance they're going to have the Mercury play at 10 a.m. local, and they didn't. But I thought it was going to be at 4. But, yeah, thanks for understanding. All right, I think we're getting close to kickoff. So the Seahawks are kicking off first. So the Cardinals will start with the ball. Kick is taken at about the 2, returned up the near numbers, near sideline, tackled out of bounds. And the Cardinals have only red socks, red striping, red numbers, and lettering. Everything else is white, and even the Cardinal logo, like the feathers are white. It's like white on white. It's kind of weird looking. They're going left to wait. What is this camera angle? They're going right to left. 14:54. 1st and 10 coming up. All right, from their own 26, near hash mark. In shotgun, Murray. Back to pass. Throws quickly to the left side. Looks like Harrison Jr. catches it and is ushered out of bounds. Yeah, number 18. 14:46. It'll be 2nd and short after a fairly good gain. 2nd and probably 2, but they're showing the lineups. They're not showing. All right, where is the live stats? There we go. There we go. Or the live. Yeah, 8 yards. So 2nd and 2. Shotgun again. Looking left. Throws complete. I believe that's McBride. Ushered out of bounds. That's going to be a 1st down for the Cardinals. 14:10 to go. 221 receptions in first 3 seasons, most all time by a tight end. All right, just outside their 40. They got to get just past the 50. 1st and 10. Handoff. It's a run that goes nowhere. No gain. 2nd and 10. And let's get to the box score. Let's refresh. I'm assuming it's Benson because I know Connor's out for the year after an injury in the last game. Yep, Trey Benson, a carry for no gain. All right, 2nd and 10 from just inside the 41, their own 41. Murray keeps it, runs it up the near numbers, out near the 45. That's going to be a 3rd and at least 6. I think they're going to mark him like at the 44. He was in shotgun. I think he faked it to Benson. Then he kept it, and the right edge player made the tackle. .58, Derek Hall, I believe. All right, 3rd, they're calling it 7. They got him marked at the 44, but they got to get, it's really 6.5. Shotgun, back to pass. Murray rolls to the right, floats one, and I think it one-hopped. I don't think that was a catch. No, it's 4th and 7 at 12:25. He just underthrew it. Receiver couldn't come back to it enough. And the punting unit will take the field. Yeah, I hear you, Gal. That was a huge, huge loss to lose Connor like that. All right, here's the snap, the move forward. The kick is in the air, down the near sideline. Fair catch at about the 13-yard line for the Seahawks. 12:17 to go. They'll have the ball for their first possession deep in their own territory after a timeout. All right. Oh, pole. Forgot. We'll start a poll. 1 second. Both teams 2-1 coming into tonight. All right, there's the poll. Seahawks or Cardinals. Yeah, I don't really care. I just hate the Seahawks from bad playoff losses. Or one playoff loss and one regular season loss that was not the Packers' fault. Why can't I scroll on this one? I can on this one, it looks like. That's weird. All right. All right. Let's make sure. That was Gillikin. He punted it for 42 yards and a fair catch by Horton for Seattle. Murray 2 for 2, 15 yards. Murray ran 1 for 3 yards. Benson, no gain. Harrison, 1 catch for 8. McBride, 1 catch for 7. Anything else? They don't have the punting number yet. Why is that? That's weird. Huh. Yeah, are they behind? Yeah, ESPN's behind. What the heck? Yeah, their box score froze. Oh no, no, that's the kick return. Yeah, their box score seems to be frozen for some reason. Well, I could always look at the stats here on NFL.com. All right, Sam Darnold, starting quarterback for the Seahawks. They're in blue helmets and pants and socks and gray pants. Toss on the handoff to the near sideline and ushered down near the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. ESPN, at least on Firefox, is frozen. I may have to go to NFL.com's box. Shotgun throw to the flat, taken up the far sideline for a first down and then some, and ushered out of bounds. 11:45 to go, first down for the Seahawks. They had 4 receivers to the far side. And they blocked really well, and number 9 on the catch. I'm blanking on who that is. Did they finally catch up now? No, they're still behind. All right, 11-14, shotgun, a throw to the flat, taken maybe for a yard by number 11. 5. Under 11's first quarter, 2nd and 9, I'm going to guess, coming up here. Clint Kubiak is the Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator. Name does sound familiar. All right, receiver in motion. Handoff up the middle. Oh, breaks a tackle. He's going to lose yards, though. That's at least a loss of 3. That's going to be like 3rd and 12. That running play had nowhere to go. Cardinals defense was all over it. Oh, it was Jackson Smith-Njigba on that. I'm sorry. It was, wait, what? For 2 yards. Who had the big catch? Oh, Walker for 29 yards. Okay, my bad. Hopefully this box catches up soon. All right, shotgun Darnold throws right side, caught near midfield, and pushes forward. It is very close to the first down, but I believe this is going to be 4th and inches. If they call first down, they're going to have to remeasure or something. That did not look like a first down. It was very close. Darnold got the ball out of his hand quickly. Number 15 on the catch. All right, I guess we'll just use the NFL.com box. They appear to be having... Okay, they're going for it. It is 4th and 1. It's more like half a yard. At the Cardinal 48, handoff. Does not get it, and it'll be Cardinal ball after a turnover on downs by Seattle. Yeah, it was not close. Cardinals defense had it snuffed out. So 1st and 10 for Kyler Murray. I got this. Be gone, bot. Thank you. All right, we take a timeout. Yeah, let me look into the other box score too, because ESPN seems to be not working for some reason. All right, let's, yeah, well, I don't know what. All right, now it says, now they're caught up on the time. I don't know if it's refreshing or not. All right, let's just open another NFL.com window because I can't seem to control. And, oh my gosh, another one. All right, I got that one too. Bots be gone. Yeah, I guess we can use this. Ugh, I prefer ESPN's. I don't know why theirs isn't working. They completely take the box link down? I guess they did. Ugh, that isn't working either. Their Gamecast. Oh, here were the inactives. I should go over those before the game. Yeah, both teams are the loser, unless they tie, is going to be, what? A game and a half out of first because San Francisco's 3-0. All right, now the box score link went away again. I don't know what's wrong with ESPN tonight. I guess we'll just use this. Walker had the 29-yard catch. That was about it. Oh, hey, Fish. Welcome. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thanks. With the 9-second delay, at least they can't do like 3 quick ones in a row. That was always the problem when that would happen. This prevents that. So picking them off one at a time is not so bad. All right, 1st and 10, their own 48. Receiver motions out of the backfield. Murray throws. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete at 8:58. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. 53 deflected the pass away. Charbonnet was that last run for no gain on 4th down by Seattle. Yeah, he was trying to go to McBride in the flat, and it got knocked down at the line of scrimmage. All right, in shotgun, 2 receivers each side. Back to throw. Murray throws down the middle. It's picked by Seattle. Return to the 40, 45. Oh, and hit down and fumbled at the 48. What a hit. The Cardinals might have got it back. This would be a 1st down, too, if they did. Wow, that looked like a helmet-to-helmet or a blow to the head, though. that knocked it free. At least live, that's how it looked. So what's the call here? Let's listen in. Maybe he ran into his own player. It is a Cardinal recovery, so that'll be a 1st and 10 because the possession changed. What a wild play. Let's see. Bryant was looking. Yeah, his own player hit him. And that's what caused the fumble, too. It wasn't even a Cardinal offensive play. I think, did Marvin Harrison Jr. dive on it? Johnny on the spot? Yeah, his own player hit it with his, hip, the hip pad. I was wondering, I'm like, who the heck delivered that blow? And it wasn't even a Cardinal player. So it must have been Benson or Harrison Jr. on the recovery. Hey, Puppet World. Hello. All right. We are seeing this replay many, many times. I guess we got to, since there was a turnover on, well, I guess because of the turnover and the returnover, they're taking a commercial break. Go figure. Not like the drive isn't continuing. I mean, it is, but all right. 8:46 to go. The Cardinals catch a break. Hey, Peter McPeter. Good to see you. All right, we got 5 votes, so it's 3 votes for the Seahawks, 2 for the Cardinals so far. Hello, Peter McPeter. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Yes, here, I'll put the schedule up. So we got Game 3. Those series are tied 1-1. Aces at Fever 6:30. Lynx at Mercury 8:30. We're off Saturday. Sunday I'm going to do, yes, Shades of the Butt Fumble. Yep. I got this spot. Fever game tomorrow and Sunday. We're going to miss Lynx Mercury on Sunday night because they put it at 7. And if it were any team but the Packers on Sunday night, I would totally be doing the Mercury Lynx game that night. Yes, that was a crazy comeback. Yeah, they were down 20, and they still had to win it in overtime, too. Yeah, I figured, triple header wouldn't be too bad. I just don't think I can do 3 football games. Definitely never going to do 4. Okay, they did review it during the break, I guess, because, all turnovers are reviewed, and it stood. Excuse me. Yeah, he wasn't down by contact because his own player hit him. I mean, that wasn't too difficult. I think Seattle was celebrating the pick before they realized they fumbled it. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the Seahawk 47. Near hash mark. Handoff. Left side. Taken inside the 40. And enough for a 1st down. And we got some trash talking going on. Benson on the carry. 8:36 to go. 1st quarter still. They're just showing the interception again. All right, come on. How many times are you going to show this interception? Let's get back to the game, shall we? 1st and 10 from the Seahawk 35-yard line now. Shotgun, fakes the handoff. Murray rolls to his right, dumps it to Benson. Benson gets about 4. Nope, give him 5 yards. Not a bounce, far sideline. 2nd and 5, and hold on, we have a flag at 7:59. Alex Kemp, 8th season as a ref. That's a 1st down, a personal foul and a face mask on Woolen, number 27. Looks like I didn't even see that live. Oh, yeah, he grabbed the top of the helmet and turned Benson's head. So that is a Cardinal first down. That's going to be down to about the 10. Did they give him 15 or did they give him half the distance? Maybe they'll be at the 12. Yeah. Oh, they made it the 11. Okay. First and 10 at the 11, so they could get a first down before the touchdown. It's a toss to 4. I think that Dortch is like one of those flip passes, those touch passes. He gets it down to about the 8, so it should be about a 2nd and 7 coming up. 7.5 to go for opening quarter. Yeah, I know. If it wasn't the Packers, I definitely would do the WNBA, but it's the Packers. So no, I can't. I'm gonna have my eye on the Packer game. So yep, can't help it. Shotgun, back to pass, completed to the right side, near the 11. Okay, where was the first down mark? Okay, I must have been wrong. They must have been at the 16. I must have misread it. I apologize. All right, 3rd and 5. They gave him a gain of 2. 3rd and 5. They got to get to the 6, so they're at the 11. I must have said 11 when I meant 16. All right, Dorsch on that other pass. They're behind in the play-by-play. All right, in shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side. Back to pass. Murray looking, and they blow it dead, I guess. Either delay a game or false start, I assume. Looks like a false start on Williams, number 73. So that'll back him up, and it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 21. Yeah, he flinched. Clock is rolling again. Oh, for God's sake, stupid bots. Bot be gone. They're calling it 3rd and 9. I don't understand how they get 3rd and 9 when it was just 3rd and 5. They're just outside. They're between the 15 and 16. Shotgun, back to pass. Murray throws over the middle. Caught, bounces off a tackler, fights inside the 10, but he's going to be at least 3 yards short at about the 9, depending on the spot. So it will be 4th and 3 or 4th and 4 coming up. Looks like the kicking field goal unit is heading out to the field. 5.5 to go. First quarter. And the neighborhood dogs are barking up a storm right now. Chad Ryland, the kicker, number 38. They only got 2 seconds on the play clock. This is going to be a delay a game. I think they were looking for a reset of the play clock. Wait, did they call timeout? I guess they got called for the delay a game. Okay. There we go. All right, 4th and 8, 32-yard field goal attempt coming up. They're on the far hash mark, so the right hash mark as you look. All right, we're still discussing something for some reason. Now they reset the play clock. All right, 20 to go on the play clock. All right, here's the snap, the hold, the kick is on the way right down the middle and good. And the Cardinals strike first at home and lead 3-0 with 4:37 to go. And they will kick it off after a timeout. All right, 3-0 Cardinals, 32-yard field goal. All right, is their box score finally, oh, brother, working? Still seems to be behind. I don't know why ESPN is so far behind tonight. Murray 6 for 9, 31 yards and a pick, but they fumbled the pick return. I guess Benson got the recovery, and then they ended up getting a field goal as that drive continued. All right, why don't they have the field goal yet here on NFL.com either? Why is this behind? Seriously, what is going on? I don't get it. All right. Both sites seem to be having issues tonight. All right, here's the kick by Ryland. Taken at about the 4. Returned between the far hash and far numbers. Now between the hash marks. Taken down at about the 23 with 4:31 to go. It will be 1st and 10 for Sam Darnold and the Seattle offense. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Oh, thanks, Puppet World. I'm rooting for the Packers, of course. Yeah, no, I'll be watching the Packer game anyways, so I'd be too distracted. Eagles, Bills, Browns, come on. All right, I got to get a bot. There we go. Back to pass, caught, taken out of bounds for a first down at 4:24. Forgot to pause it after the kickoff, I think. Another first down for the Seahawks. All right, can we show the action on the field? I don't need to see the booth. Thank you. 4:08 to go. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Handoff. Or maybe it was a short pass to Njigba. Sorry, Smith-Njigba, right? My bad. Smith-Njigba, Jackson Smith, and it wasn't. Sorry, it was Kenneth Walker the third. Forgot he's 9. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 coming up for the Seahawks. 6-6 tie? No, I don't remember that. These two teams? All right, handoff on 2nd and 1. Easy. First down, 50, 45, 40, 35 out of bounds into Cardinal territory. Walker the third. 3:06 to go. 1st and 10, Seattle. Good blocking by the O-line. They couldn't set the edge. Walker bounced outside, picked up the first down. 2:44 to go, first quarter. Another handoff to Walker. This time about 8 yards, bringing up 2nd and 2. As Seattle's got a drive going now. Looking to tie or take the lead. 2:24, 2nd and 2 from the Cardinal 27. Fake the handoff, back to pass. Plenty of time. Looking and just spikes it in front of Walker. Got rid of it at 2:16. 3rd and 2 for the Seahawks. Wait, 6-6 between the Seahawks and Cardinals? No, I guess I don't remember that. All right. 3rd and 2. 2:16 from the Cardinal 27. Far hash mark in shotgun. In motion. Back to pass. Looking. Throws it. Caught for the first down. Tackled shy of the 15 at about the 16. Number 10 on the catch. And that would be, well, they haven't thrown to him yet. 2016 on a Sunday night. Brutal. Okay, gotcha. All right, 1st and 10 now. About the 16. That was Cooper Kupp. Sorry. 67 NFL games streaming. Yeah, Cooper Kupp. All right, 1:39 to go. Back to pass. Darnold throws left side, caught by 88 for the touchdown. Burner at 1:33. Good catch. Good throw. Plenty of time. Clean pocket by the O-line. Seahawks take the lead. Barner, number 88. Guarded by Davis Gaither, number 27. He just beat him off the line. He kind of faked like he was going to block, and then he just did a route to the outside, and he had a step or two on the defender, and it was an easy throw and catch. And they are going to kick it for the extra point. Kick is on the way, and it is good. Make it 7-3 Seahawks. They'll be kicking off after another break. Darnold with the touchdown pass, about 16 yards, I'm guessing. Sam Darnold's a stud. Yeah, he had a great year last year till like the last 3 games, and then he turned back into a pumpkin. All right, there it is. A.J. Barner, 1 catch, 16 yards, and the touchdown. Darnold, 5 of 6 for 78 yards. Hello, Bubba. Welcome back. Good to have you here. I see you deleted one. Thank you. Yeah, bots have been out. That's why I keep NFL at like 9-second delay. I think WNBA is fine with 7. All right. Yeah, just a reminder. Doubleheader tomorrow. Game 3. Both series tied 1-1, meaning game 4s will be necessary. Kind of bummed. I thought when they had the initial schedule, it was supposed to be 12-2 or 2-4 on Sunday. Thought for sure that Mercury game would be 4 Central, which would make it 2 local, and they decided to go 5 local and 7 Central, and that's up against, if it wasn't the Packer game, I would totally be doing both semis. Yeah, we'll see. Darnold. Well, paying off for the Seahawks so far. Geno Smith was getting up there in years, I guess. Can't say I'm a big Pete Carroll fan, so I'm not sorry to see Geno and the Raiders fail thus far. Not much on the ground for either team, although Kenneth Walker has 5 carries for 35, but the long was 21. Nobody on Seattle's caught more than 1 pass or had more than 1 target. 29-yarder to Kenneth Walker was the big one. Got the drive going. Finished by Barner, 16-yard touchdown reception. Yeah, one sad jet with another, exactly right. Returned up the near numbers, and that's out to about the 26 or 7. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, who need Kyler Murray to take better care of the football. 1st and 10 in their own territory. It's all good. I'm glad you're back. Hope you're doing well, Bubba. Thank you. 1st and 10, 1:27 to go. Let me get the play-by-play back up. All right. Under center. looks like he might be audibling. Murray takes the snap, handoff, near side, taken out short of the 30 by Benson. That's a gain of maybe 3. So 2nd and 7 coming up for the Cardinal offense. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Nah, I don't want to draw my attention away from the Packer game. We'll see. Whoop, I forgot to start the clock. Gosh darn it. Under a minute first quarter. Back to pass, and he is sacked back at about the 20. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 16. That seemed like a loss of 9 at least on that sack. And they do have to run one more play before the end of the first quarter. Nwosu was in there, number 7. Just went right inside of the left tackle and got to Murray. Or whoever pulled. Adams, maybe, 74. Maybe it wasn't the left tackle's fault. All right, it's actually probably a 3rd and 15. It is. Back at their own 21. Are they going to take a timeout? Oh, my gosh. Seattle took a timeout at 8 seconds. Okay. They probably could have gotten a delay of game out of the Cardinals. I don't understand this. So 1 timeout. First timeout taken by Seattle. As we see Jonathan Gannon between Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. On a screen behind them. Oh, come on. Even you don't believe that, Bubba. Get real. All right, 3rd and 15. Shotgun back to pass. 4-man rush. Has to get out of the pocket. Rolls to the right side. Keeps it and goes out of bounds at about the 25. That'll be the end of the quarter. 4th and, let's see. This is about a gain of 4. So either 4th and, probably about 4th and 11 then, as we get set for the start of the second quarter. Yep, Packers had a clunker on Sunday against the Browns, but better to get that out of the way early and against a AFC team. To me, hot and humid in Cleveland, not making excuses. But they did have 2 O-linemen get injured. Zach Tom tried to go, played 1 snap, and then Banks got hurt. They both have been banged up. Some of their backup linemen are banged up as well, but they're not blocking well either offensively. Elton Jenkins has not been the same since the move to center. So they need to get their offensive line blocking. They can't run the ball. They're only like Jacobs is only averaging like 3 something a carry. Yeah, no, there never should talk. Yeah. Oh, the Cowboys. Yeah, gotcha. Nobody should have been talking undefeated. I think it was Rasheed Walker. I think this is his 2nd year. I think he started as a rookie last year. I could be wrong. And maybe it's not his 2nd. Maybe it's like his 3rd. Because he took over when Bakhtiari couldn't go, and that's been a few seasons already. Okay, yeah, they gave Murray a scramble for 4 to the 25, so it should be about 4th and 11. Should be sending the punting unit on the field. Yeah, not much in the run game for the Cardinals. Again, their field goal was set up by the fact that the Seahawks forced a fumble against their own return man on an interception. And then Benson recovered it. That kept the drive alive, and they got into field goal range. They got down. They had 1st and 10 at the 16, and then just stalled out. I think they got to the 11. Then they took a delay game and but booted the field goal good still. All right, yeah, we're at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. All right, the kick is in the air. Taken at about the 18, return between the hashes, out to about the 25. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks coming up. They are going left to right this quarter in their mostly blue uniform. Vote in the poll. We only got 8 votes. Make your vote count. Who's going to win in Arizona tonight? Seahawks or Cardinals? 62% to 38% favor the Seahawks. All right, 4:50 to go. Second quarter. Darnold. And company on the field. Actually, it's about the 26. Handoff. Left side. Gets hit and driven out of bounds at about the 29. That was Charbonnet. Give him about a gain at 3. I screwed up the clock because I started the play clock on accident. 2nd and 7, handoff out short of the first down. It'll be about 3rd and 2, I'm guessing. Nope, we got a flag. Hold all bets. 14-22. Well, I thought he was going to say what it was. Now they're conferencing again. That's a first down. Holding on the defense. Number 70. They said Johnson. That must be the Seahawks guy because this guy's name is like Mustafir. Or no, is he 79? Where was the hold? I don't think they have maybe they said 79, but there's no, that wasn't Johnson. 14:05. 1st and 10 Seahawks. Toss. Goes nowhere. Charbonnet does what he can and still loses about 2 or 3. 2nd and long coming up. 13:50. All right, I'll fix the clock. Nope, we got a injury timeout. At 13:51. Wilson, the number 2 on the Cardinals, is sitting up, but hasn't gotten to his feet yet. Wilson Sr. He was lined up over the middle, over the center. Oof, I don't know. That was, oh no. Oh, he did get kicked in the shin. Hopefully that's all it was. Yeah, he got kicked in the shin. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Mac Wilson Sr., 7th season. He's heading to the blue tent. All right, they do call it 2nd and 12. Clock is already rolling again. Second and 12 for Darnold back at the Seattle 37. Shotgun back to pass. Looks, gets sacked at the 30. 3rd and long coming up for the Seahawks. That sounds like about 3rd and 18. That looked to be about a loss of 6. All right, where are we at? Let's see do they have the stats updated? Looked like, who got there first? Campbell, number 93. Is that Calais Campbell? All right, it's 3rd and 19. A handoff goes for a few yards by Walker. 4th and long coming up for Seattle. It's got to be 4th and, I don't know, gain of 3 or 4. We'll say 4th and 14. 4th and 15. Gosh. 12:20 in the second quarter. All right, punting unit is on the field. Here's the snap. The kick is in the air. Taken at about the 12. Returned up the far hash mark. Now far numbers and down short of the 30. Give him the 28. 1st and 10. 11:57. Timeout on the field. So 1st and 10 from their own, 28. Just under 12 to go. Another commercial. Okay, I did fix that, so that's good. Let's see. Man, why is this play-by-play so far behind? I don't remember it ever being this far behind. ESPN's behind again. I don't know what the deal is. There we go. So Darnold, 5 of 6, 78 yards. The touchdown strike to Barner for 16 yards. Walker, 5 carries, 35 yards. They've run it Zach Charbonnet 4 times, but only 6 yards along a 5. Jackson Smith-Njigba carried once for 2 yards. He has not gotten a target in the air yet, though. Walker has a catch for 29. Again, Barner with the 16-yard touchdown. Arroyo, 1 for 12. Cup, 1 for 11. Horton, 1 for 10. Yeah, defender got an interception, Kobe Bryant. But then he fumbled after a 15-yard return. His own teammate caused it, and Benson was there to recover it for the Cardinals offense, which led to their field goal. Then the next drive, the Seahawks got the touchdown. Murray is 6 of 9, 31 yards, that pick. Benson, 3 for 15. Murray, 2 for 7 on the ground. McBride, 2 for 11. Harrison, 1 for 8. Dortch, 2 for 8. Benson, 1 for 4 in receiving. Sack by, Calais Campbell. He's getting up there in age, and he's still effective. And for the Seahawks, Nwosu, number 7. All right. Again, Arizona ball after the exchange, after the punt. All right, from their own 27, far hash mark, shotgun, handoff, Benson up the left number, the far numbers out near the 35, bringing up a 2nd and 2. 11:44 to go. All right, 2nd and 2, shotgun back to pass, throws incomplete. Not on the same page with Marvin Harrison Jr. at 11:31. He did a much deeper route than Kyler Murray thought. Either that or they were trying to go hurry up, or I don't know. Didn't look like the rush got to him. I think he had to have thought he was doing a different route. It was almost so off target, I wondered if they'd call grounding, but he really wasn't under pressure. All right, Dortch goes in motion. Shotgun throws to the far side. Caught for the first down at the 40, maybe the 41 by number 14. First and 10 for the Cardinals. All right, so that was Michael Wilson on the catch. Thrown short at the line of scrimmage. It's caught, and Benson drags the defender for about 4 yards, bringing up about a 2nd and 6 from their own 39-yard line. Good creation to get something out of basically nothing for Benson. Why, these unis are ugly. They've got like paint splotches. They almost look pink instead of white, too. Back to pass. Throws deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. They're saying 7. 3rd and 7 at 10:37. All right, big down coming up. They don't want to give it back this quickly. Yeah, these jerseys are ugly. Oh my gosh. I don't know what Arizona was thinking with this. All right, 3rd and 7. Shotgun. Back to pass. Throws near sideline. McBride catches and has the first down. He just gets to the Seahawk 49. Just enough for the first down. McBride has been busy. It's a strange play. Murray got up to closer, still took the shotgun. It was like he was about to change the play, and then all of a sudden just a quick snap. It was very odd. Shotgun, back to pass. 4-man rush. Throws near sideline. Caught again by McBride. Another first down. 9:53 to go. Second quarter in Seahawk territory. Inside the 40. See where they spot him. Yeah, 4-man rush didn't get there, and he got rid of it in a hurry. Yeah, McBride took a hit by Love, number 20. They are at the Seahawk 32-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun, back to pass. Maybe it was 2. Down the near sideline, but out of bounds. Good diving attempt by 89, Weaver. But Murray threw it too far out of bounds at 9:18. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Who's on the coverage? 29. Pretty good coverage. Got one hand on it, but it was too far out of bounds. Jobe or Job, Jobe, number 29. Josh Jobe or Joby. All right. Corner from the 32, 2nd and 10, near hash mark. Shotgun, back to pass, thrown short to Benson, and he gets tackled after a gain of maybe 1. Looked like he was going to get stopped for a loss, but he guess his knee wasn't down, and he got fought forward for a yard. So it'd be like 3rd and 9 from the 31, under 9 minutes. Oh, wait, they did mark his knee down. It's 3rd and 11, so it was a loss of 1. 8:50. I wasn't sure live if they had blown, don't have the sound to hear when the whistle happened. All right, Murray and shotgun. We got McBride. Who else? So McBride and another receiver to the near side. Running back out of the shotgun. Caught by Harrison. He juggled it, and it's picked off by Seattle. He did it again. Jones on the return, number 13. Pretty good return. That is not Kyler Murray's fault. I don't know if this is going to be considered a fumble or a pick. I mean, it never hit the ground. I guess it's got to be a pick. I don't know what is wrong with Marvin Harrison Jr., but he is choking this. I mean, he dropped an easy catch last week, I believe. That was just such a weird, and he may have gotten hurt too as we go to commercial. Wow, what a huge turnaround. They were in field goal range. It would have been about a 50, 51 yarder, but in this day and age, that's certainly makeable. And he just juggled it, and it went right into the Seattle defense's hands, and they got a pretty good return. I don't know what happened to Marvin Harrison Jr. here. Unbelievable. Yeah, so Benson's knee was down. That's why it was a loss of 1. I thought it was going to be a gain of 1, but they must have blown it dead. Wow. Okay, so what did they call here? Okay, maybe they're unsure what to call it. Let's see. I don't see how this could be a fumble unless he took a couple steps and they're saying fumble. Where? Yeah, they don't even I don't think they've marked this in their box score yet. At least not on ESPN. All right, let's see. I don't know what's going on with the internet. All right, let's refresh this and then we'll take a look at the stats. Yeah, they called it an interception. And again, that was not his fault. 100% on Marvin Harrison Jr. He had the ball and he just like reclutched it to secure it, and it just got loose, and all of a sudden it was going the other way. It just happened so quick. So not sure why ESPN hasn't marked it as such. Let's look at what's going on with the NFL.com stats. Okay, yeah. The other interception, 100% Murray's fault. This one was not. And he had a bad throwaway intended for Marvin Harrison Jr. But this one's all on Harrison Jr. That was a catchable ball. All right, yeah, so it is an interception. Jones returned it to the Arizona 49. So not only the turnover, but a 29-yard return. Darnold at the Cardinal 49. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, throws down the field, inside the 10. Caught? No, incomplete. Thought he was in for a touchdown, but just rolled out of there at the last second. 8:13 to go, 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks. Intended target was 15. Who is that? Torrey Horton. Intended receiver. Darnold had a clean pocket. Good coverage. Yeah, Horton could have had it, but it was a tough catch in traffic, and he couldn't hang on. 5 on the play clock. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking. Throws over the middle. Caught for the first down. And taken down at about the Cardinal 31 or 32. 1st and 10. For Seattle. Gosh darn it. I just saw your comment, Peter. McPeter. Yeah, that stinks. Yeah. That was a bad throw by Darnold. It was behind the receiver. That was a great adjustment to the ball by the receiver. 7:33 to go. Handoff up the middle, dodges a tackler, takes it inside the 30. That was, of course, number 9, who is Kenneth Walker, the third. 7:20 to go. Be 2nd and it's got to be at least 6. Probably a gain of 4. Come on, Prime, put the damn distance. Finally, 2nd and 6. 7:06. They might have an... Somebody is injured for the Seahawks defense. Handoff near sideline, taken down at about the 25, so they'll have a 3rd and about 3 coming up here after a gain of 3. Oh, it's okay. I hear you, Bubba. Don't worry about it. We can let it slide. You're not in trouble. 6. We had a penalty. 6:45. Didn't see it. Oh, a taunting call on Walker. Good job, idiot. That's your first penalty, too. So he could be DQ'd, is what they were saying. Holy crap. So, what did he do? Oh, he got his foot dragged. Yeah, he pointed. Holy crap. He pointed with the ball right in front of the ref. Dude, the guy dragged his foot. I mean, he totally baited him, but I guess that's going to make third and 18 back at the 40-yard line. 6:26 to go. Back to pass, short. Charbonnet gets tackled for a loss at the 44. So that'll bring up a 4th and 22, and I would imagine they're going to have to punt the ball away. 6:10 to go. Oh, I went too far. 6:06. There we go. Yeah, 4th and 24 after the taunting penalty. Or 4th and 22 from the 44 after the taunting penalty on Walker. Here's the snap. Move forward. Kick is in the air. Bounces at the 1 and goes into the end zone out of the back for a touchback at the 25. 40 to go. Cardinals dodge a good scoring opportunity thanks to a personal foul for taunting. They Seahawks had a 3rd and 3 coming up, and then they got that taunting, which made it a 3rd and 18, and then another loss on a pass made it 4th and 22, and they would have had a very long field goal. Would have been over 60 yards. Would have been like 62. So 1st and 10 Cardinals after the timeout. Yeah, when the punter kicks it and it's in the end zone, the touchback comes to the 20. Same if you intercept the ball in the end zone, it comes to the 20. It's only on kickoffs that it's the 30. If it goes through the end zone on a fly, or if it lands in the end zone and is touched back or down, that's the 35. Yeah, but after the punter kicks it, it's always been the 20, at least since whenever, you know. Yep, agree, Gal. They just dodged. They got lucky that the guy dragged him by the foot and drew the taunting penalty for the guy just pointing with the ball to the player. You know, like so. Yeah, the taunting. Yeah, I get it. The taunting is a bit of a problem, the emphasis on it. I just wish they would officiate the brotherly shove or the tush push better. You know, they're starting to realize that it's impossible to judge it, and there's all these false starts they're missing. And I'm sure they'll vote to get rid of it again. Yeah. It's cyclical. I think every team has it. Packers are no different. 80s were pretty awful. They had bad coaches to boot, too. Wouldn't have thought Forrest Gregg would be so bad after getting the Bengals to the Super Bowl, but he was. Shotgun, back to pass, dumps it. Short. Dortch takes it past the 20 and gets about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Ah, come on. Can't see my... There. Oh, my number lock is off. What the heck? That's what happened. Shotgun, back to pass. McBride catches Not enough for the first down. They're going to have a 3rd and short, make it about a 3rd and 3 after a gain of 4. No, I want it properly officiated, and I don't know. It wasn't just the Packers against it. They used a retiring president to take the blame for it on his way out the door. So I get it. But other teams were willing to get rid of it too. They just need to officiate it properly. Handoff up the middle, and they don't get it. It's going to be at least 4th and 1. This looks like more like 4th and 1.5. I guess my problem is that this used to be an illegal formation, 21, 22 years ago. Sometime in the early aughts, they changed it, and this sort of play became a possibility. But that used to be an illegal formation. I don't know. I think it's more of a rugby play. All right, they got to send the punting unit on the field. Here's the kick. High and deep. Somebody got knocked down. Taken inside the 10 and tackled at the 10. Good coverage by the Cardinal, coverage unit, punt coverage unit. So 1st and 10 from their own 10 for the Seahawks. 3:45 to go. They only have 2 timeouts remaining, though. Yeah. That's the thing. The Packers weren't too bad against it, too. Everybody was like, oh, just get better or get good and stop it. Well, they actually weren't too bad against it. Of course, didn't translate to wins and losses. They didn't translate losses into wins because they lost twice against the Eagles, once in Brazil and in the first round of the playoffs. So, all right, no commercial break. We are back already. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. 63-yard kick by the punter, Gillikin. Darnold back to pass. Enough time. There's only a 4-man rush. He rolls to the right, down the right sideline. Caught by 18 for a first down. 3:33 to go. And that looked like a little bit of taunting, but I'm not, no comment. 3:25. Who is 18? 18, of course, is Elijah Arroyo. Just got behind number 10 and didn't have help over the top. And then if he had dropped it, they probably would have called pass interference or holding. But they didn't throw a flag. It's a little surprising. All right, from their own 42, the Cardinals let them off the hook. If you remember Denny Green's comment. Darnold keeps it, runs past the midfield, 40, 35, slides down at the 33. Wow, what is going on? Sam Darnold, the ginger. It looked like I don't know. I think it was a fake toss to the far sideline, and there was just nobody up the middle. So Darnold smartly tucked the ball in and ran. That's a toss to Charbonnet, who gets the first down and is taken down in the red zone at about the 18. Huge run on first down there for the Seahawks, and they can take it down to the 2-minute warning if they choose. And the Cardinals are getting gashed here on this drive. Way too easy. That is the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 at about the 18. Seahawks looking to expand their lead before halftime. 24-yard run. Or scramble by Darnold that last time. I got to get a little water before halftime. I'll be right back. Here's the box score. Oh. All right, in the near future, let's see. I don't know if we'll get a game 5 on Tuesday. If not, I'm considering maybe doing baseball that night or daytime. If it's noon, though, I probably won't. Not sure what times they'll do the games. I think I have something scheduled for 1 that day. So, yeah, if there's no WNBA game 5, then even if there's 1, maybe I'll consider doing a baseball game. Do have ESPN Unlimited for WNBA, so I know ESPN has the wild card round. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and if any of them go 3 games Thursday. And I think after I'm done with ESPN Unlimited, and the only reason I could probably just get Sling for a day or 2 if it goes to the finals go past game 5. Because I don't want to pay another $30 for another month of ESPN. And I think I may go down to it used to be called ESPN Plus. Now it's going to be renamed ESPN Select. It was $11.99, but later in the month, I think it's like October 21st. It's going up to $12.99 a month, but you get a lot of NHL with it, so I think I'll be doing that. Probably means no Hawks games because I'm sure there's going to be local blackouts. The Hawks play the opening night on regular ESPN, and I'll still have I think I'll still have Unlimited that night. I think it's like the 7th. All right, back to the game. They marked him at the 19. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at the 19. Handoff up the far hash mark. Charbonnet gets maybe a yard, bringing up 2nd and 9 from about the 18. All right, under 140 now. They gave him 2. 2nd and 8. Come on, that did not look like 2. All right, 2nd and 8. They give him the 17. Fake the handoff to Charbonnet. Pressure on. Throws to the end zone and incomplete, but a flag at 116. So we may have DPI. And we may have a 1st and goal from the 1 coming up. Baker doesn't like the call on Yep, looks like it was on Baker for pass interference. Yep. All right, 1st and goal from the 1. Oh, yeah, he got there just a little bit late. He got there a little bit early. Oh my gosh. My brain. He didn't get there late. He got there a little early. He kind of wrapped him up, and he grabbed one of his arms. Man, if he doesn't grab the arm, he might get away with it. Yep. Sorry, Baker. That definitely was pass interference. No question about it. 4 penalties for 31 yards on the Cardinals. 1st and goal from the 1. They're going to hand it off to Charbonnet, who gets no gain. So 2nd and goal from the 1. 1:10 and the clock stopped. So who called a timeout? Was it the Cardinals? They had Barker in the block. Bradford, one of the linemen, slipped. That's why I think the play got blown up. Oh, no, he tripped Darnold is what it was. That could have been a disaster. Darnold did an excellent job handing it off. Bradford, got on his foot. Okay, 1:11 to go. Oh, the Cardinals did use a timeout. So each team has used 1. They both have 2 left for the first half. All right, 2nd and goal, 1:11 to go, 2nd quarter. Seahawks fake the handoff. Darnold looking, throws in the end zone, incomplete out of the back of the end zone. Arroyo was the target. 1:07, 3rd and goal. All right, both teams still have 2 timeouts. Clock stopped because it was incomplete. 3rd and goal from like the 1. Fake the handoff, and Darnold threw it towards the far pylon, and Arroyo just wasn't there or close enough to make a diving attempt or anything. All right, 3rd and goal. Receiver in motion to the near side. Handoff. Charbonnet hits the outside. It stopped initially at the goal line, but second effort puts it over the line down for a touchdown. Wow, he got met at the goal line. It was a heck of a hit, but he bounced off it and kept his feet and spun and went further outside for the touchdown. Yeah, Melton with the hit, number 16, but he didn't wrap up. And good recovery by Charbonnet. Had a little bit of help, pushing the pile. Yeah, this Seahawk helmet, the logo is like really big on this one I've got. Here's the extra point attempt. It's through the uprights and good with 1:01 to go. Second quarter. It is now 14-3 Seahawks. And that huge, they called it a Murray pick, but it was Harrison fumbling the ball away after a catch. It just didn't go on the ground. So it was called a pick. And then a big return all the way to the Cardinal 49 and a quick drive. 9 plays. 74 yards. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that was the other drive. Maybe they didn't get anything out of that. Oh, yeah. Okay, they did kick it away, didn't they? Yeah, I think. All right. Well, at any rate, mistakes by the Cardinals are ending their drives without points. They led 3-0 and haven't had much to hang their hat on since. So Charbonnet, left side for a yard. He has... Oh, come on. Why is ESPN's box score not updating? I promise you Charbonnet had the touchdown. Why is it not in there? So weird. Yes, I was. Okay, no worries, Bubby. Yeah, I was a big fan of 24 every season. Enjoy. I don't think Kiefer Sutherland's done a whole lot since. He had some ABC show, but I never got into it. Cabernet is good stuff. Yeah, I'll take whiskey. All right, Myers had the extra point. Yeah, I think you're right. I can't remember. I should rewatch them too. I had a bunch of the DVDs. I should find it streaming somewhere. Current wife has not seen it. Sin bin admin. Yeah, they wrapped it up with like a 12-hour one. That one was all right, too, I thought. All right, kickoff in the air, taken up the far numbers. Now the hash mark taken down at about the 27. The Cardinals have 1st and 10, 54 seconds, and 2 timeouts to work with. Man, Melton made a fine hit, and just they couldn't bring him down. Okay, we've got that. Let's get that ready. There we go. Yeah, that would be. I wonder if I could do. All right, empty backfield, shotgun. Murray back to pass from the 26. Throws incomplete over the middle, almost intercepted. That was well covered. Not sure what Kyler saw there. Had plenty of time. I think the Seahawks only rushed 4. What is wrong with Murray? Obviously, Harrison Jr. is unreliable, but yeah, he forced that to McBride. Number 20, Love, just dropped it. That should have been another turnover. All right, he has a back with him this time. Shotgun, back to pass. Throws, left sideline, bounces it short of Marvin Harrison Jr. 3rd and 10, 46 seconds. And if they don't pick this up, Seahawks could tack on some more. Exactly, Gal. Exactly. Stream some big episode. Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that. 3rd and 10, because I don't think the audio, I don't know. All right, in shotgun, 3 to the near side, 1 to the top side. Back to throw. Dortch. He scrambles and gets the first down. Good moves by Dortch. And I think the Cardinals probably used their second timeout at 38 seconds. Luckily for them, they picked up the first down, though. But they are down to 1 timeout remaining. Excuse me. And they've got like the Arizona, part of the flag, the top part, like the sunrise in both end zones. Oh yeah, next Thursday should be a pretty good one. Niners at Rams. Maybe Brock Purdy will be back by then. Yeah, play-by-play of every episode. Wow, yeah. All right, good to hear from you, Bubba. Shotgun, back to pass. Murray under pressure and taken down for a sack at the 30-yard line by number 99 of the Seahawks. They might just let the clock roll now. This is going to be a 2nd and long, at least 15, I'd say. Nah, they call it 17 from their own 30. Back to throw. Murray pressured, escapes, crosses the line of scrimmage and gives up on a slide tackle. 6 seconds. They mark it at the 30. It's 3rd down. I think that's going to be the halftime. Nope, 2 seconds to go. Who called a timeout? The Cardinals used a timeout at 2 seconds. I don't know why. It's 3rd and at least 10. Maybe they say 3rd and 13. What is going on? Yep. Jack Bauer. I hear the clock ticking now as I reminisce. Okay, don't understand why they took a timeout here. Last timeout of the half, too. 3rd and 13. And now Seattle took a timeout. They have 1 left. But Seattle can't take their next one because consecutive timeouts is a penalty. So Seattle does have 1, but they're not going to be able to use it. Dang it. I forgot. Who got the ball? Didn't Seattle get it first, or did... no. I think the Cardinals might have got the ball first. Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll go to the first quarter. All right. I don't know what they're doing. Shotgun thrown short, and they get like 3 yards. That's the half. Okay, that made no sense. I'll start the clock for the second half, so we're ready on time. Yep, the Seahawks get the ball in the second half, so do not know what that was all about. Seahawks will receive the kickoff in the second half. Hello, album coming soon. What's up with you? Thanks for checking in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. All right. Let's get the clock for the second half up. All right. Let me fix the clock so I don't have to do that later either. All right, that should do it. Well, Cardinals making a lot of mistakes. They're actually pretty fortunate not to be down more than they are. Murray, 12 of 19, 67 yards, 2 picks. One was absolutely his fault. And Kobe Bryant fumbled the ball on that one and lost it after his own teammate hit him. And Benson recovered. Second one was not Murray's fault. Marvin Harrison Jr. bobbled the catch. He had the ball, and it was just taken out of his hands for an interception. So it wasn't Murray's fault on the second one. He's taken 1 sack for 8 yards. That just happened right before halftime. Not much on the ground, 35 yards on 8 carries. Benson's 4 for 23. McBride, 5 for 39. He's the only reliable target, it seems like, for the Cardinals. They have 12 catches for 67 yards. Darnold, 8 of 10. It says 8 of 11 team. I'm not sure I understand what that's about. 1 TD, and he's taken a sack. Nope, we got stats adjusting. Walker, 8 for 46 on rushing attempts and rushing yards. Charbonnet, 8 for 24 and the touchdown. Darnold scrambled once for 24. Elijah Arroyo with 2 receptions for 44 yards. Barner has a catch for 16 and the touchdown. Again, a sack by Nwosu. Tackle for loss by Knight. Sack by Calais Campbell. And he had a tackle for loss besides that. Davis Gaither and Robinson also had a tackle for loss. All right, here's the box score. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll be back. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing and returning as a viewer. I appreciate your support of the channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the live stream, and if so, please consider hitting like and or subscribe. Doing one or both helps with getting us to be recommended by YouTube to other potential viewers and helps me with growing the channel. And again, I thank you all for your support. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday around the world. Hopefully you're enjoying your Friday already, or start to your Friday. Hope to see everybody back in less than 22 hours, and we'll have Aces Fever 6:30 Central, 4:30 Pacific, and Lynx Mercury at 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific, and of course, may have to join it in progress depending on how long the first game goes. Hopefully they'll hold it more than 5 minutes. They had been holding them like 8 minutes in the previous games of this round, but the other night it was only 5, and the first game went overtime, so we missed almost the first quarter. Shoot, what was I was gonna look at something. Okay, so this is good. All right, don't have to refresh that. It's not too far behind. Lil Jon is performing. I thought he was a Packer fan. No, that's Lil Wayne. Never mind. Yeah. I'm thinking of Lil Wayne, not Lil Jon. Wow, I started my clock right away, and I'm still like 5 to 10 seconds behind. Huh. Hey, we got 13 likes. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, let's see if we're on the live page. I'm always interested in that. Why is the live tab not at the front? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't like this live. This isn't the same. Sports, maybe? How about sports? Weird. All right, sports? No. Why is the live? I don't know. For some reason, the live tab's not at the top, which it usually is. So then I guess I'm not showing. Dang. Okay, view all live right now? No. Maybe live now sport? Ugh. Oh, man. I don't know. Not meant to be. For some reason, the live thing at the top isn't there, and this one on the side is useless. Yep, I don't appear to be. Yeah, not anywhere. Ah, that's too bad. Oh well. Weird. I don't understand. How about if I just search Seahawks versus Cardinals? Oh, live maybe too. Nope. Not showing up there either. Well, that stinks. Oh well. Just checking. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Usually it's not this hard to find. doing the same thing I usually do, so I don't know why it wouldn't show up there. Way down there. I had to scroll a long way. All right, so yeah, Seahawks versus Cardinals live. It does show up. Okay. Good to know. All right, should be getting set shortly for the second half. Let's take a look at the poll as well. 67% going for the Seahawks, the 12 votes. So what is it, 8-4 then? Yeah, must be 8-4 on the vote. All right, let's reset the clock and put third quarter real quick. There we go. Nope, hit the wrong thing. Here we go. Let's try that. Oh, wait, is that going to work? Okay. Yeah, I guess. All right, let's take that down. Get set for the second half kickoff. Hello, Simbin admin. All right, Seahawks with an 11-point lead, and they will be receiving the second half kickoff here. All right, ball is teed up. Ryland approaches, kicks it into the air. It's going to be taken at about the 5, returned up the far numbers. Out past the 30, near the 35. They'll mark them about the 34, I believe. 14:54 to go, second half. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Ugh, my eyes are itchy. I just missed the Seahawks defensive stat there. All right, come on. Why is NFL.com so far behind? They don't even have the kickoff yet? All right, fake the handoff. Darnold back to pass, gets sacked. And the ball is loose, but the Seahawks fell on it. Whoa. Darnold dodged a disaster there. Holy cow. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. 2nd and long coming up. Pressure got to him. Strip sack. And then recovery by, let's see. Looked like a tight end maybe. All right, 2nd and 11. Only a loss of 1. Toss, left side, number 11. Out the far sideline, taken down short of the first down. It'll be a 3rd and 1. Good run. Let's see who number 11 is real quick. Jackson Smith-Njigba. Okay, apologies. That's right. Walker's 9 and Smith-Njigba is 11. Yeah, fumble and recovered by Saubert. Saubert. All right. 3rd and 1, under center. Smith-Njigba in motion. Darnold rolls, throws, caught for a first down into Cardinal territory between the 45 and 55. That was Barner on the reception. 1st and 10. They're already in Cardinal territory. All right, come on. They're probably going to miss a snap because they're showing so many replays here. Yep, there's the handoff. They barely got back. And bounces it outside, gets maybe 2. That's Walker again. Went out of bounds, so they will mark it back in play. It should be a 2nd and 8. 9 for 49 for Walker. Walker the third. All right. 12:33, third quarter. Yep, 2nd and 8. From the Cardinal, like 45.5-yard line. They got to get down to the Cardinal 37. 2nd and 8. Shotgun, back to pass. Throws near sideline. Caught. And immediately out of bounds, Barner. That'll bring up about a 3rd and 2 coming up. About a gain of 6 for Barner on the reception. Darnold, 10 of 13, 139 yards and a touchdown. All right, 14 on the play clock. 3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle. Charbonnet gets it, falls forward inside the 35, down to about the 34, 33, depending on the spot. 1st and 10 coming up. Seahawks driving in the first drive of the second half here. 11:20 to go in the third. All right, Darnold under center. I just remembered I forgot the timeouts. Back to pass. Swarmed under at the 40, and down he goes for a sack. Putting the timeouts on the clock. Robinson, number 56, gets the sack, I believe. 2nd and long. It's going to be like 2nd and 16, I think, at least. Oh, clock is stopped for an injured Cardinal at 10:53. Let's see what happened here. -5. Okay, so I was wrong. It's 2nd and 15. Injured player is Birch for Arizona. So they must have marked him just inside the 40. Yep, they say the 39. Okay. I thought they got him down at the 40. All right, brief break here. They're showing the booth. Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. "50 years of the Seahawks." Oh yeah, 76-25. This would be their 50th season. Oh yeah, them and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Which was weird. They both actually flipped conferences after 1 year, too. And then the Seahawks ended up returning again. 2nd and 15. Oh, yeah, clock is rolling. Toss. It's Walker to the far sideline. Taken down at about the 35. So should be about a 3rd and 10, depending on the spot. 10:15 to go, third quarter. Oh, excuse me. Thought I had another one coming. Up 3rd and 11. So a gain of 4. Oh, excuse me. 9:48 to go. Back to pass. Darnold looking. Throws. Near sideline. Inside the 30. Falls down near the 25. No, they're going to mark him about the 26. So it will be 4th down and probably at least 6. Under 9.5 to go now. All right, it's 4th and 2. Sorry, I don't know why I had 6. 9:12 to go. They'll send Jason Myers on to try a field goal. "44-yard attempt, right hash mark. Kick is on the way, and it is good at 8:56. And Seahawks tack on 3 to their lead and expand it out to 14 points. They will be kicking off after this timeout. So Murray and the rest of the Cardinals offense with just under 9 to go in the third and trailing by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Oh, thank you, Sidman and Admin, for the bless you. Love you. All right, so just a quick reminder. Hope to see you back tomorrow night. Game 3 action. Both series tied 1-1 as they switch venues. It's now in Indy and in Phoenix for the third game in a best-of-5 semifinal. And so we will have one of the game 4s on Sunday. The other one is unfortunately links at Mercury, and they put it at 7 o'clock. And I'll be watching the Packer game. Because originally when that schedule came out, it said 12-2 or 2-4. So I thought, okay, they'll start the Mercury game at 4 Central, which would put it at 2 local. I knew they weren't going to make the Mercury play a 10 a.m. local game. So I'm like, all right, fine. Well, no problem. We'll get both games. And nope. So we will only have the one game, and it overlaps the noon and 3:25 football game. So we'll just take the international game. I'll have to get myself out of bed. I'm not used to being up that early. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, and then I think next week it's Minnesota against somebody else as well. All right, should be just about set for the kickoff. As we get a shot of downtown Phoenix. Big game, though, in this division for both these teams, with the Niners being 3-0. Kick is taken at about the 5, returned up the near numbers, past the 30. Pushes still to about the 35. I think they finally blew it dead at 8:46. 1st and 10 coming up for Murray and the rest, or Kyler Murray and the rest of the Cardinal offense. They need more. They got to get Marvin Harrison Jr. hooked up. He cost them a turnover. Yeah, he bobbled a ball that ended up being intercepted. And he was the target on the other interception, they say. But the Seahawks fumbled that interception. So, all right, from their own 35, 1st and 10, under center, a deep back. Now some sort of change, whether it's blocking or audible. 1 second, just got the snap off. Hand off to Benson. Oh, he looked like he got face masked. I don't think they saw it. This is going to be 2nd and long. He's not complaining, but he got turned around in a hurry. 8:30 to go, 3rd quarter. This is going to be 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 9. They do give him a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. This time in shotgun with Benson. 2 receivers to the near side. Back to pass. Throws down the left sideline. Overshot, number 14, but we do have a flag and a likely either hold or DPI So it'll be a first down coming up for the Cardinals. Let's see where they end up spotting the ball, though. Pass interference on 27, I think they said. Woolen, yep, number 27. He was guarding Wilson, number 14, and he grabbed his left shoulder and turned him. And the ball was already in the air. Good call. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Now they need to cash in. They got to get a touchdown. They can't be thinking field goal the rest of the night. 1st and 10 at the Seahawk 49. Shotgun handoff to Benson. He gets maybe 2 to the 47. 2nd and 8 coming up. Yeah, I got to fix something real quick because I cannot scroll down far enough. There we go. That should be better. Yep. Back to pass. Murray tucks it and falls forward. He gets maybe no gain, but we do have another flag at 7:44. What's this going to be? Johnson Jr., number 70, holding. So that'll bring up 2nd and 18. That'll wipe out the half-yard gain or no gain. They do get the down back. Would have been 3rd and at least 7. Wow, I did not. I guess because his left arm was up near the neck and maybe he grabbed a shoulder pad. That's all I could see. Somehow it's 2nd and 17, not 18, though, after the penalty. Back to pass. Murray dumps it. That's Benson. He's taken down short of midfield, so he got a gain of 2, maybe. No more than 3. 7:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Seven minutes remaining. 3rd and 14. They did give him a gain at 3. Benson on the sideline. They're at their own, 46 and a half. They got to get to the Seahawk 39 for a first down. Murray in shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. He's got a back with him to the right side. Back to pass. Looking. Has to roll out of the pocket. Pressure's there. Throws it down the left side line way out of bounds. Was just getting rid of it. 4th and 14. He was behind the ref trying to shield himself. I mean, it was like a jailbreak on the old line. It's kind of hard to blame Murray on that one. I'm sure the fans aren't happy, but their old line is not giving him a clean pocket or time to step up and throw. He's on the run for his life. So they'll send the punting unit on the field on 4th and 14. Holding call really did end that drive. But clearly him and Marvin Harrison Jr. just are not on the same page tonight. All right, Gillikin back to kick it away. He steps forward. Falls over a Seahawk, but it won't be roughing. Fair catch at about the 13. 1st and 10. Seahawks with the 14-point lead. Under 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter for Sam Darnold and the rest of the Seahawk offense. Oh, excuse me. All right, that looks okay. Oh, let's go over the box score a little bit, I think. Hey, 15 likes. Thank you so much. All right, yeah, let's take a look. That was a 40-yard kick by Gillikin. Fair catch by Horton. Yeah, they marked it at the Seattle 13. So Murray, 15 to 25, 86 yards, 2 picks. One, guess it was pretty much his fault, but they fumbled that. The Seahawks fumbled it away. Kobe Bryant and recovered by Benson. And then the other one was definitely in and out of the hands of Marvin Harrison Jr., so that was his fault. And Murray's taken 2 sacks and just had to throw it away on 3rd and 14. Benson, 6 carries for 28 yards. Oh, Cooper Kupp? KG Visuals, thanks for checking in. Yeah, he has 1 catch for 11 yards on one target. Sherrod, yeah, we'll see. Hope to see you for the game 3s tomorrow night. Thank you for commenting. Yep, game 3s, both series tied 1-1. We'll have 1 game 4 for you on Sunday, Aces Fever at 2. That game's also on ABC. The other game on ESPN, or I'll have to look, up against Packers Cowboys. So my attention will be on that game. Yeah, Kupp not really a factor thus far in the offense. They haven't had to throw much. They've spread it out a ton. They've got a decent ground game going. So, unfortunately, yeah, they're probably going to just eat some more clock here, and even a field goal might be enough to win this game the way the Cardinal offense is going. But they're deep in their own territory, so anything can happen. Darnold in shotgun. It's a toss. Smith-Njigba gets tackled down in a great open field play before the line of scrimmage. Number 13 for the Cardinals on the hit. Under 6:15 to go. 2nd and long coming up. That's got to be at least a loss of 1 or 2. 6:05 in the 3rd. Yeah, it is a loss of 1. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, who have they been throwing to? They've been targeting Elijah Arroyo, number 18, and A.J. Barner. Horton has 2 targets, and Charbonnet has 2 targets, and then everything else is like 1. Yeah, I don't know. Back to pass. Throws it. Caught. That's by Kupp for maybe a gain of 1. So back to the original line of scrimmage. Should be 3rd and 10. 5.5 to go. So Kupp's 2nd target and catch. 252 yards on 41 plays and 2 touchdowns for Seattle. Arizona 115 yards on 38 plays. So similar number of snaps, but just not the yardage. All right, yeah, you got 1 catch, KG. 3rd and 10 in shotgun. Back to pass, looking over the middle. Throws to the right side by the numbers. It was intended for Kupp, but broken up, incomplete. 4th and 10. And the punting unit will be sent onto the field at 4:57. So a quick 3 and out by the Cardinals defense, and they should get decent field position in return. Darnold did have somebody coming up from the right edge, to his blind side. He did have to get rid of it. And just broken up by the Cardinals. From their own end zone, here's the snap. Move forward. The kick from about the 2. Kicked all the way to the 35-yard line. And out of bounds at 4:50. 1st and 10 coming up for the Cardinals. All right, their defense did the job, but the offense, time to move the ball. If they have any hope of coming back or mounting a comeback in this game. So that gives Kupp 2 catches, 12 yards. 12 of 16, 149, and the touchdown to Barner, and that was 16 yards. Darnold's been sacked 3 times for 13 yards. So not a lot of yards, but, high completion percentage for Darnold on the evening. What is that, 75%, I think? Yeah, it's got to be. 12 divided by 3 is, or 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Yeah, 3 for 4. So 75%. Murray, 15 of 25. Let's see. That would be what? 60%? Sounds like 15, 30. Yeah. That sounds like 60%. All right. Let's see. So 10 for 52 for Walker. Charbonnet 9 for 29. He also had a rushing touchdown. Got hit at the goal line by Melton, but bounced off of it and took it in. Darnold 1 carry on a keeper for 24. So they have over 116 yards rushing, 23 carries. 11 for 44 by the Cardinals. Carry the 1. Yep. Doing mental math. Not needing to bust out the calculator. All right. Just back from commercial. They're showing one of the sacks by the Seattle defense. There's the second one. Oh, yeah. Who had that other one? Leonard Williams. That's right. I didn't call out his name when he had it. Yeah. Nwosu had the other one. Murray's been sacked. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Those were the... Yeah. Wait a minute. Murray's been only sacked twice. Okay, got it. Yeah, never mind. All right, from their own 38, they have it. Back to pass, caught by McBride for maybe 3, no more than 4. Looking like a 2nd and 7 coming up. 4:38 to go. And I forgot to start the clock. My bad. 4:25 to go, third quarter. Second and... Oh, they gave them 4 according to Prime. 2nd and 6 from their own 42. Near hash mark. 3 receivers to the top side. Murray throws to Benson. Benson gets a first down near midfield at the Seahawk 49 probably. 1st and 10, 4 minutes to go in the third. 55, there we go. Going a little hurry up here in shotgun. He has Benson to his left. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the top. Back to pass. Left sideline, caught by Marvin Harrison Jr. for a first down inside Seattle territory, inside the 40. Just a quick out and up and come back. Caught it near the sideline. Good throw by Kyler. Good catch by Robinson. Decent coverage, too. Can't really fault Seattle on that coverage. 3:20 in the third. 15, 14. There we go. 1st and 10, Seahawk 32, near hash mark. Oh, it's a flea flicker, but Murray gets sacked back at the 39-yard line. That's about a loss of 7. Oof. All right. Hard to do razzle-dazzle when the edge rushers are eating up the tackles alive. Really don't have time for a play like that. Benson got it to him quickly, but McBride got beaten by a corner or a safety. Witherspoon, I think. And he didn't get the tackle or the sack. It was Joby, number 29. Back at the Seattle 39, 2nd and 17. Kind of a bad play call, if you ask me. Your old line doesn't give you enough protection to get... Oh, that's another jailbreak. He rolls to the left side, and he's going to take it out of bounds. He could have just thrown it away. He got no gain or a loss of maybe 1. I mean, there were 2 people immediately in the backfield. He had no time. I mean, I wouldn't even say revolving door. They barely got one hand on the guy. 72 got beaten badly. All right, it's 3rd and long, and even if they were in field goal range, it doesn't do them a heck of a lot of good at this point, late in the third. 3rd and 17. Thrown short and incomplete. Dortch took his eye off it. He was thinking about going up the field and dropped it. So not Murray's fault, but I'm not sure how that play would get you a first down unless they were just trying to get closer for a field goal. But you really can't be in a field goal mindset. 4th and 17. What do you do here? From the Murray's already on the sideline, so they are sending out for a 57, the kicking unit for a 57-yard field goal attempt. Hold will be from the near side hash mark. The kick is up, and it is good. Plenty of leg. 1:39 to go, and the Cardinals cut it to 11. And we'll kick off following a timeout. 17-6, late going in the third quarter. Yeah, the Cardinals' O-line has been a problem tonight. There's been at least a couple jailbreaks where, maybe it's only 2 players. Maybe it's not the whole front 4, but 2 in the backfield when Murray is just getting the snap is not good, or has just grabbed the snap. All right, so kickoff coming up. They've drawn back to within 11. I guess that affords you the opportunity to tie it without having to get 2 touchdowns. But they certainly don't want to settle for any more field goals tonight. Yum, yum. Love you. Here's the kick by Ryland. It's going to be taken back at the 1, returned up the far numbers, past the 25-30, hit down at about the 33, 1:33 to go. 1st and 10 for Sam Darnold and the Seahawk offense, who now have only an 11-point lead. Yeah, but 1 field goal and they're back to a 2-touchdown lead. And, last time they did have a 3-and-out. Nick Rallis, Rallis, is the D coordinator for the Cardinals. Youngest in the NFL at 32. All right. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Yeah, sorry. I'm talking to my wife, Sin Bin Admin. All right, shotgun, handoff. That is Walker. He burst to the left numbers, or the far numbers, for about 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot. And my video froze. That's great. Prime. Not liking that. Finally, they say 2nd and 6. Takes Prime so long to put the yardage on it. I think ESPN or ABC is bad about it too. 55 seconds in the third. 2nd and 6. Fakes the handoff. Pressured. Throws left side. Incomplete. Tried to hit Smith-Njigba. And Smith-Njigba kind of stretching his knee out. He was doing a high knee just with the right knee. 3rd and 6. So if the Cardinals can hold them, I mean, it's a big if. It's only 3rd and 6. We're getting late in the third. But if they get a quick 3-and-out again, and the Cardinals can score on the next drive, we'd have a ball game again. Darnold in shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. He's got a back in shotgun with him. Back to pass, looking left, throws, caught by Smith-Njigba for the first down with 44 seconds to go. So 1st and 10, and the drive continues for Seattle. Decent coverage, but good throw by Darnold to deliver to Smith-Njigba for the first down. Near the 50, I think they're going to mark him at the 47. Melton on the coverage. 1st and 10 at their own 47. That was his first catch? I don't think that's right. They do have to snap it before the end of the third. Walker goes nowhere. Tackled back at about the 41. That's going to bring up a 2nd and long. It's going to be, if it's the 41, it's got to be about 2nd and 16, but we'll see. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. 17 for Seattle, 6 for Arizona. Let me fix the clock real quick. There we go. Let's see if we can get it off the play-by-play. Wait, that was Smith-Njigba's first catch. Okay. He did have 3 carries for 11. Wow. He's only been targeted twice. Holy crap. Yeah, very odd night passing for Seattle. Oh, stupid. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. Stupid. What do you call them? Gnat. All right, I got to get a little more water for the fourth quarter. I'll be right back. Oh. All right, not bad. This game, 2 hours and about 12 minutes old. That's not too bad. Got less than 45 minutes till now 47 minutes till the 3-hour mark. That's not too bad. All right, let's see the play-by-play. Did they get it? Out of bounds? No. Why is the play-by-play so far behind tonight? I don't get it. Yeah, -5 yards. So, all right. Well, then I'll just put 2nd and 15, I guess, to start the fourth quarter. All right, big moment in the game, though. If the Cardinals could get a stop here. Oh, they marked him at the 42. Okay, maybe some sort of forward progress when contact was made. All right, they got the blimp, or maybe they don't use blimps anymore. Maybe it's just a drone cam. Oh, it's getting really muddy. I'm gonna get out and get back in. I don't know what's going on with Prime right now. Yeah, it's getting kind of muddy here. Hopefully the internet signal is all right. Yep, there we go. Pass caught by Kupp, short of the first down. Sorry, I was trying to get back in time, but it was just really muddy. 14:49, so whoever needed the Kupp, it was at KG Visuals, needed the Kupp catches. They bring up a 3rd and 4 to give Kupp an 11-yard gain on that last pass. They're at the Cardinal 47 in shotgun. Darnold changing the play. 3 receivers to the near side, including Kupp. He's got a back with him. I think it's Charbonnet. Back to pass. Looking. 4-man rush. He avoids. There's a flag on the field. And he runs out of bounds near the near the line of scrimmage of this last play at 14-14. Darnold thinks it's on the Cardinals. And that would be a huge penalty if it were to be on Arizona. Oh, Kupp got held by 34, Thompson. Yeah, he kind of got bumped to the ground. Pretty easy call, so automatic first down. They called it holding because he was still in the pocket. Boy, I don't know, though. Yeah, I don't know why he's beefing. That they were saying it's a pretty clear call. Tend to agree. Well, that was huge. Now Seattle can take another 2 minutes off the clock. As long as they, don't have incomplete or... Under 14 to go in the game. They're at the Cardinal 42, far hash mark, under center, receiver in motion, fakes the handoff, back to pass all the time. Throw is incomplete, short to Smith-Njigba at 13:47. And my feed is going muddy again. I don't know what's with the internet tonight. All right, maybe we're streaming in 2 places or something. All right, I will close that as well. So 2nd and 10 at 13:47. Following the incompletion. From the 42, far hash mark, Cup to the near side. 2 receivers each side, a back with him in shotgun. Back to pass. Looking, throws, caught for the first down, but he gave up the yardage and then he fell forward. It was Jackson Smith-Njigba. It looked like he was going to lose the yardage for the first down, but then he fell forward. 13:30 to go. Clock going to be an issue soon. Even if the Cardinals hold him to a field goal attempt, that's going to put him down 2 touchdowns, and time's going to start becoming an issue. It's not like the Cardinals have had any really big plays to score quickly. All right, from the Cardinal 31.5-yard line, they got to get down to the 21.5. Handoff up the middle. That's Walker. Drives his legs and pushes down to the 27. Good pickup. Oh, I forgot to give them the first down. 2nd and, let's say 5. Let's see what they call it. Probably 2nd and 6, if I have to guess. Yep, of course it's 6. 2nd and 6 from the 30, just inside the 33-yard line. Handoff. Walker again bounces to the outside. 15-10 down to about the 7. 1st and goal coming up for Seattle. What a burst on that run by Walker. So if they get a touchdown, this is probably game, set, and match for the Seahawks. 24-6 would be pretty insurmountable. 18 with under 12 to go. 1st and goal from just inside the 8. Handoff. Charbonnet bounces it outside and a touchdown. Wow. To the right side. Hold on. We've got a flag, though. Maybe there's a holding call. Going to bring this back. Yep, it's going to be holding on Seattle. Whoa. Smith-Njigba holding, and he said something to the ref. Yeah, he's saying, hey. And Njigba held Melton. Yeah, he grabbed him and he tackled him. How can you argue that call? So 1st and goal, but back them up 10 yards. And he was mouthing to the ref and he stopped his holding call. And as soon as the mic was muted, he just went up to him and said, hey, And then Amazon cut away. So was there a timeout? Yeah, he gave him a dirty look, but Smith-Njigba wasn't looking. But he walked right by him and was mouthing off. Surprised they didn't give him a personal foul on that. Oh, we had an injured Cardinal. That's what the timeout or the stop on the field is. Jalen Thompson, number 34. He's walking off under his own power. Might have a slight limp. Can't tell which leg, though. At least he's up walking under his own power, though. Well, again, if they can somehow hold them to a field goal and give themselves a chance, and Smith-Njigba still talking to the ref. 10 plays, 52 yards, and 4:56 taken off the clock. That's the problem. We're running really low on time for 2 touchdown drives, and if they give up a touchdown, they're going to need more than 2 touchdowns. They're going to need 3 touchdowns. 18 would make it more than 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points. Handoff to to Walker. He gets back to the 8. So like the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and goal coming up. Must have been a spot foul because I don't think they backed him up to the 18. It must have been from the point of the foul. Nullified, yeah. And forced at the 3. So they backed him up to the 13. Yep, I got it. All right. Clock approaching 11 minutes to go. In motion. And a flag. Must have been a false start or... Yep. 81, false start. Saubert. 11:04 to go. So still 2nd and goal, but back them up to probably about the 13 again. Maybe the 12. All right, the clock is stopped after the penalty, so that's good for the Cardinals. But they got to keep them out of the end zone. In shotgun, he's got Walker with him to the right. Darnold takes the snap, hands it off to Walker. Walker can't find room, and he gets tackled outside the 20, but forward progress will probably put him inside the 15. 10:52, clock continuing to roll. 3rd and goal, but more than 10 yards to go. It's going to be about a loss of 2. Yeah, forward progress. No, he spun on his own, and then his forward progress got stopped about the 16. That might be a loss of 3. Back to the 16. 10.5 to go. Big play for the Cardinal defense coming up here. 3rd and goal. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1 on the play clock. Throws to Cup on the far side. He gets a gain of about 3 to bring up 4th and goal from about the 13-yard line. And I'm sure they'll send the kicking unit out or the field goal unit out. 10 minutes to go. And a field goal attempt coming up. So a good drive by Seattle. They took a lot of clock off and they could push it back. It's a 31-yard field goal coming up. From the right hash mark. Myers is ready. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick is up and good. 9:33 to go in the game, and it's now 20-6 Seahawks. All right, so Murray and the rest of the offense are going to have to score and score quickly. They do have 3 timeouts, but they can't afford to take too much off the clock. Still have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they got to get it going and get a touchdown in a hurry. Still have time to then stop the Seahawks and then go for either the tie or the win, pending the extra point decision. All right, just a reminder, be back tomorrow, 6:30 Central, so less than 21 hours from now, 20 hours and 50 minutes for Aces Fever, Game 3, series tied up at 1 apiece. Fever won Game 1. Lynx at Mercury, 8:30. Mercury won Game 2 to tie that up. So both the 4 seed got a win on the road and the 6 seed over the 1 and the 2. And now they're 1 and 2 have to go on the road. Yeah, they really didn't. You're right. That's a good call, Peter. They could have put this game away, and now they're just letting the Cardinals hang around. I mean, granted, the Cardinals aren't getting a hold. They're really not getting anywhere near the end zone. But, yeah, you would have thought they would have taken one shot, but I guess they're just chewing clock. But, man, against a better team than the Cardinals, that may backfire in your face. Because they definitely, I mean, they did have a touchdown, but it was an obvious hold on Smith-Njigba, and that seemed to derail the drive. But yeah, not to take a shot in the end zone, it seemed like a mistake when you could have easily just nailed this one down. As we get outside shots of State Farm Stadium. All right, Myers is set to kick it away. Kick is in the air. Return from about the 10 to the near hash and out to about the 27 by Knight, number 20 at 9:27. So trailing by 14. Time for Kyler Murray and Harrison or McBride to just dial it up and get back into this game and quickly. All right, yep, to the 27-yard line. In shotgun. McBride in motion. Back to pass. Looking. Throws. Caught at about the 30 by Marvin Harrison Jr. for a gain of about 3, 2nd and 7 coming up. Well, that's going to take too long. Career versus the NFC West. Murray has like a 276 winning percentage or record against his own division. Shotgun back to pass. 4-man rush. He steps up past the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, near the 41 of the Seahawks. So big pickup on the scramble by Murray. Under 8:50 to go. 1st and 10, and they are in Seahawk territory. Just nobody paying attention to Murray, and once he broke the rush, it just took off. Shotgun, back to pass, 4-man rush. Looking, scrambles, and just slides at the 40 for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 coming up. Clock under 8.5 now, though. 8:20 to go. 2nd and 9. All right, from the Seattle 40 in shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. He has a back with him. Looks like, what's his name? Apologies. Benson, right? Benson. All right, Benson shifts to the other side. 6 seconds on the play clock. Handoff to Benson. He's stacked up at the 40, falls forward. Got maybe a half a yard. I would think they'd say no gain, but they may say 3rd and 8. 7:40 to go, so they are wasting their precious time here that they have left. Big play. They got to go for it. It's 2-down territory. So have your next play call in mind. 3 receivers to the top side, including McBride. Shotgun, back to pass. He's looking, throws over the middle, caught. I think that's McBride at the 30. And that's a 1st down for the Cardinals. But 7:15 to go. 7 catches for 53 yards for McBride. Benson in the backfield. Shotgun. Handoff to Benson. Inside the 30. Taken down at about the 25. So it should be about a 2nd and 5 coming up. Under 7 to go in the game, though. 6:50 to go. Darnold warming up on the sideline. Okay, they gave him 6. 2nd and 4. Shotgun, back to pass. Throws, right sideline. Looked like it is. It's an interferent DPI. Late call. Might just be holding. But it's definitely on the Seahawks. So we'll see what they call. I think it was DPI. Woolen, number 27. He was guarding 89, Weaver. Late call, but yeah, he put both hands on him and prevented Weaver from making a play on the ball. So I think it's going to be first and goal at about the 7 or 8. Looked like Murray got dumped late, too, on the play. Well, they say first and 10. Where did they spot this ball? At the 11? No, now it's goal. Stupid Prime was wrong. From the 9, shotgun back to pass, and he is taken down for a sack back at about the 16-yard line. So second and goal. Huge pass rush and sack there for the Seahawks. 6:22 to go. $6:15 to go. Who did he have with him? Yeah, that back didn't block. The 4-man rush got, the right tackle got beaten badly on that play. Left edge guy, I think, got the sack. Under 6 from the 16, second and goal, shotgun, back to pass. Looking, McMurray throws to the end zone, caught by Marvin Harrison Jr. for a touchdown at 5:50. All right, they did their job. That's they didn't use a whole lot of clock there. Not bad. It's now 20-12. I would think you would just kick the extra point, but I've seen plenty of teams go for it in this situation, and frankly, I don't understand it. Wow, Witherspoon was all over him. They both kind of had their arm on each other's back. And what a two-handed catch by Harrison. Witherspoon couldn't get his hand up. Okay, they are going to kick the extra point. Snap. Hold. Just barely got the kickoff. Almost blocked. It was a high snap. And it's 20-13. So Seattle will be getting the ball back. I can't see an onside. Seems a little early considering they have all 3 timeouts left. And the fact that you have to declare for it. All right, we suddenly got a game. It's late, but we got a game. And to Peter McPeter's point, yeah, the Seahawks could have put it away. 24-13 would certainly look a lot better than 20-13 right now. Sorry, just adjusting the mic here. I think that's about right. I don't know. All right. Well, ended up being a fairly decent game here, at least in the fourth quarter. Touchdown by each team. Murray now 20 of 32, 144 yards, a passing touchdown, 2 picks. One was not his fault. Marvin Harrison Jr. bobbled the ball. Should have been an easy catch. Instead, it was called a pick. The other one got fumbled back to the Cardinals. Murray leading rusher, 5 for 41 after that 29-yard rush. Benson, 8 for 35, 81 rushing yards for the Cardinals. 7 for 52 for McBride, 4 for 43, and a touchdown. 16-yard touchdown, and that was his longest reception. 8 targets for Harrison. Excuse me. And Darnold, good night. 16 out of 22, 184, touchdown. He has taken 3 sacks. Murray has taken 5. Walker, good night. 16 carries, 76 yards, along at 21. Charbonnet, 10 for 33, and a touchdown. Darnold, that 1 for 24. And Smith-Njigba, 3 carries for 11. Elijah Arroyo, 2 for 44. 3 for 32. Barner, and a touchdown. Walker, 1 for 29. Cooper Kupp, finally, 4 for 26. Smith-Njigba, 2 for 21. Oh, Jake Bobo, 1 for 17. Horton, 1 for 10. Charbonnet, 2 for 5. All right. Here's the kickoff. In the air. Bounces to the 1. Turned up the far sideline. Between the sideline and the numbers, out to about the 22-yard line. at 5:44. 1st and 10 for Sam Darnold and company with a 7-point lead. Both teams still with all 3 timeouts here in the second half. All right. 1st and 10. He's got Walker in shotgun with him. 2 receivers to the top. One comes in motion. Snap, back to pass. Looking. Throws. Incomplete. Almost picked off. Should have been picked off by the Cardinals at 5:41. Well, there was your chance, Cardinals. Sam Darnold throwing one up for grabs, and you didn't cash in. 2nd and 10. Clock stops, so that's huge for the Cardinals. That should have been a pick. Who dropped that? It would have been a tough catch, but I thought he had his hands on it. In shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Walker pushes it out to at least the 25, maybe the 26. So that's a gain of 4. It should be third and 6, I think. 5:20 to go. 3rd and 6, 5:15 to go. Here's the game. The Cardinals get a stop. They're looking in good shape. Thanks, Rick Smith. I'll put your comment up in a minute. Good comment. Thank you. Shotgun, back to pass. Darnold, 4-man rush. Looking, throws down the right sideline. He's got a receiver caught out of bounds. Smith-Njigba. 1st and 10 with 4:52 to go. Wow, what a throw. Not much you could do coverage-wise. Smith-Njigba just beat the coverage down the sideline. It was a stop and go. Melton got fooled. And, yeah, quick 2 steps and out of bounds for Smith-Njigba. Catch 1, 2, and then out. Oh, that was huge. Great catch by Smith-Njigba. Melton just got fooled by the stop and go. Or out and up. Or, double hitch move, whatever you want to call it. Wow. All right, the clock does stop at 4:52. The play was out of bounds, or caught and ran out of bounds. Calais Campbell not holding his right arm very, straight. He jogs off. Hopefully he's all right for the Cardinals. Both teams have all 3 timeouts, but time will begin to be an issue here for the Cardinals, and they can't even afford to give up a field goal here. Good Lord, this Seahawk logo is so big on this helmet. It's like oversized compared to the reality. All right, I think that's Bobo in motion if he's 19. All right, handoff. Walker bounces it to the right side. He maybe gets 1. That could be no gain. 2nd and 10. Clock rolling. 4:40 to go. Yeah, thanks, Rick Smith. I appreciate it. 3 catches for 57 yards for Smith-Njigba, all in the second half. He did have some carries in the first half, but yeah, very odd. Okay, they did give him a gain of 1. They're at the Cardinal 37, 2nd and 9. Snap, handoff. Walker goes nowhere, maybe lost half a yard. So it'll be 3rd and at least 9. And I think the Cardinals may have elected to use their first timeout at 4:04. Unless there's an injury. Nope. Cardinals down to 2 timeouts, trailing by 7. They can't afford to give up a field goal attempt. Or 3rd and 9. Huge play. We'll see what happens. If you don't get it, do you risk sending Myers out there? Don't know what kind of leg he's got. It's grass in Arizona, so I suppose as long as they don't take a sack, maybe they would send him out there. Because it would be, I don't know, it'd be about a 55-yarder from here, I think. But getting ahead of ourselves. 3rd and 9 from the Cardinal 37. They got to get to the Cardinal 28 for the first down. Shotgun. It is a handoff to Charbonnet. He bounces it outside, lunges forward to the 35, where it will be 4th down. Timeout Cardinals. So a gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 7. No, they didn't take a timeout. Clock is still rolling. Okay. Not sure I understand that. 3:36 now to go. 4th and 7. It is a 53-yarder. They did gain 2 from the far hash mark. The right as the kicker looks at the upright. Snap, up, kick, wide right. No good. I was wondering. Risky field goal. 53 is not a chip shot. And we got a 7-point game with 3:16 to go. And the Cardinals still have 2 timeouts. Wow. Huge miss. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Good snap. Good hold. He just sliced it. It just sliced right. It just pushed it right. It never came back towards the middle. As soon as he hit it, it didn't look good. Holy cow. Smith-Njigba can't believe it. All right. They just got a touchdown on their last drive. Good shape here and good field position at their own 43-yard line. 3 receivers near side, shotgun, back to pass. Looking, dumps it to the back in the backfield. Moves forward, gets a few, and went out of bounds at 3:09. 2nd and long coming up. Gain of, I don't know, I'm going to guess about 3. Out to the 46 maybe. Nope, 2nd and 4. I was way off. Gain of 6. Yep. No, I agree with you, Peter McPeter. We still got a long way to go, but they could elect to go for 2 and win it in regulation, provided they get a touchdown. 2nd and 4 from the 49. Back to pass. Throws left sideline. Caught. Did he get his hip down? I don't know. I think they're going to say incomplete. I thought maybe he got a hip down for the catch, but they're saying 3rd and 4. Let's see a replay. Push by Job. Wilson. Oh, no, his hand came down first out of bounds, and I don't think he only got 1 foot. Then his hand out, and then the hip landed out. So good incompletion called live by the refs. 3rd and 4 from their own 49, so 2 down territory, I would think. 3 receivers to the near side. Shotgun, back to pass. Trying to get it to McBride. It's broken up, incomplete, over the middle. 4th and 4, 3:01 to go. Here's the game. All right, take your time. Get your best play called. Can't see them sending the punting unit on. They might not get the ball back, and they only have 2 timeouts. They got 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they may be turning this ball over at midfield. They got to pick this up here. 4th and 4. Far hash mark. 3 receivers to the near side. McBride. Nope, we got a timeout by Seattle. Both teams have 2 remaining now. So Murray will get a chance to head to the sideline and talk it over. Seattle's defense can catch their breath and think about what they saw the Cardinals lining up in. Yeah, a bit of a snooze fest maybe in the first half. Second half, a little more interesting, I'd say, but can't argue with a 20-13 game with 3:01 to go. Big holding call wiped out that the Smith-Njigba holding call wiped out the Charbonnet touchdown, and they settled for a field goal after, as Peter McPeter was pointing out, they didn't take any shots to the end zone and played it safe. And a missed 53-yard field goal. It was wide right from the right hash mark. He just sliced it or pushed it right. 4th and 4, bunch formation. Wilson in motion with McBride to the top side. Has a back with him. Back to pass. Throws left. Oh, Wilson put up his hand and caught it for the first down. I don't think that ball got to him much quicker than he thought. Murray was under duress and had to get rid of it. Wilson just put his right hand up, knocked it down to him, and brought it in. What a play by Wilson. 2:38 to go. Clock didn't stop. Handoff. Run to the near sideline. Taken down short of the first down by DeMarcado. Under 2.5 to go, and they'll have a 2nd and short. Give him about a gain of 8, I think. Let's see. Yep. Prime has 2nd and 2. 2:15 to go. Back to pass. Murray has to escape the... Nope, he's sacked down at the 45. And that may take us to the 2-minute warning. It's going to be 3rd and long. Oh, man. He had no time. The Cardinals' offensive line has been poor performing most of the night. So 3rd and 9 at the 2-minute warning from the Seahawk 45 for the Cardinals. Again, Murray, 23 of 36, 155 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks, one of them not his fault. Should have been a catch by Harrison Jr. He bobbled it, and it got a pick. The other one, Kobe Bryant picked it and fumbled it when his own player ran into him. And then Benson was there to recover it to continue the drive. For the Cardinals, they ended up getting a field goal on that one. But he has taken 6 sacks now for a loss of 36 yards. Darnold, pretty good, 17 of 24, 220, and a touchdown. He's only taken 3 sacks. They've had a much better ground game. Walker, 19 for 81. Murray is the leading rusher, 5 for 41. So, yeah, he's been under duress. Their O-line not giving him a clean pocket to throw out of. But they're going to have 2 downs to get 9 yards and continue this drive. They still have 2 timeouts. So do the Seahawks. All right, so far so good on the internet. What's my bit rate? I forgot. Output. Yeah, we're only streaming at 3,000 kilobits per second, so that shouldn't be eating my bandwidth. Hello, Mac. Have a good night. All right, good luck. Hopefully you have clear weather and you get a good night's sleep. Yep, looking forward to the WNBA tomorrow as well. Thanks for checking in. Glad you were here. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're new, welcome. Doing one or both helps with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers. Helps me grow the channel. And I thank you for your continued support. Hey, we got 17 likes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Check the poll real quick. 19 votes, 74% for the Seahawks. All right. 3rd and 9 in shotgun. He's got a back. 2 receivers each side. No, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. My bad. Back to pass. Looking left. Caught short. Dortch takes it inside the 30 for the first down. Clock rolling. 1st and 10. 1:50 to go. Wow. Short pass, and Dortch took it the rest of the way. Number 4. 1:40 to go. At the Seahawk 30, shotgun, 2 receivers each side with a back in the backfield. Shotgun, back to pass. Pressured immediately. Throws short to Harrison, who gets out of bounds after a gain of about 5 to the 25 at 1:21. Should be about 2nd and 5 coming up. Yeah, he was getting pressured right away. Had to get rid of it. Good job by Kyler Murray that time. Clock stopped. They still have 2 timeouts. 14 on the play clock, trailing by 7. Each team with 2 timeouts. They're at the Seahawks 25. Bunch formation, but Dortch comes in motion, so 2 to each side. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking, throws towards the end zone. Overshot McBride. Inside the 5. McBride looking for a penalty flag and didn't get one. 3rd and 5 coming up. So 2 downs to get 5 yards. McBride not happy with the no call there. Looked clean off the line of scrimmage. Did Love get there early? He was going for the ball. I don't think McBride has a beef there. The defender's allowed to jump for the ball. He didn't really interfere with McBride on that. All right, 5 on the play clock. They're still redirecting people, and I think Arizona was forced to burn one of their remaining 2 timeouts. They have 1 left. The play clock was rolling down to about 3 or 4, and they weren't ready. Oh, Jacoby Brissett is his backup, and he was just talking to him on the sideline. I guess I wasn't aware where Brissett was. Trying to flatten the numbers there. All right, well, not a bad game. Thursday night, division game, not bad. Not bad at all. All right, 3rd and 5. They have 1 timeout. Can't use them back-to-back, though. 15 on the play clock, 2 to each side. Back with him in the backfield. Shotgun, back to pass. Murray throws it down the left sideline. Caught by Marvin Harrison Jr. at about the 6. Clock will keep rolling. 1:06 to go. 1st and goal. What a catch. And pretty good throw on the money for Murray. 53 seconds to go. From the 7-yard line, 1st and goal. I missed the gnat. In shotgun, 2 receivers each side. 10 on the play clock. Shotgun handoff, and it goes nowhere. 2nd and goal from the 7. Don't like that call. DeMercado, number 31, no gain, and somebody used a timeout. Excuse me, I assume, last timeout. So that timeout at 3rd and 5 with the clock stopped might come back to haunt the Cardinals. They are out of timeouts. Witherspoon was on the coverage, pretty tight coverage, but good catch as Harrison caught it and then fell on his back and held on to the ball before rolling out of bounds at the 6. So they marked him down, I think, at the 7 then. First half, he had 1 catch for 8 yards. Second half, 5 for 58 and a touchdown. Harrison Jr. All right, they are out of timeouts. No. Seattle took the timeout? Okay, they had that wrong. Shotgun, back to pass. Throws it short. And run in by DeMercado for the touchdown out of the flat. So I think each team has 2 timeouts. Cardinals pull within 1. What do they do here? All right, I'll fix the timeouts. Apparently, Seattle took that timeout, and they were wrong on prime. 12 plays, 57 yards. Missed the time. 28 seconds to go. And decision time. Do you just kick it for the extra point, or what do you do here? They only got they are doing the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is on its way and good. We are all tied up at 20 with 28 seconds to go. Wow. And Seattle has choked this game away. They could have gone for the dagger, got the nail in the coffin if they had not retreated after that big holding call on Smith-Njigba wiped out what's his name's touchdown run, Zach Charbonnet. Huge penalty, and then they kind of just settled for the field goal. So huge mistake, play calling. Again, Peter McPeter called it out first, and I was definitely thinking it and agreeing with him in the chat. Yep, that's exactly what I said. You were right. And I had it in mind. Didn't call it out like you did, but yeah. All right, kickoff coming up. So DeMercado, the hero here, 7-yard touchdown reception. Kick by Ryland. Oh, barely got inside the 20. He almost, nope, they say he didn't. Oh my gosh, huge mistake. 1st and 10 from the 40. Yeah, illegal procedure. They say it didn't make the landing zone. It was super close. Let's see. Oh my gosh, what a mistake. Yep, definitely hit at about the 21-yard line. Wow. How do you make that mistake? And that's going to get the, Seahawks need maybe 2 first downs. They got a timeout, and they can get in field goal range and win this in regulation. Huge mistake. Lowest win probability tonight, 3.6 per 7. 3.6 per 7 down, 17-6, 11:48 to go in the 4th. All right, in shotgun. He's got a back with him in the backfield. Darnold looking, 4-man rush. Throws it right sideline to nobody, out of bounds. He was out of the pocket, so I guess they wouldn't call grounding, but there was nobody near there. 2nd and 10, 23 seconds to go as their kicker gets warmed up. Forgot who their kicker is. Not Ryland, the other guy, Jason Myers. All right, 10 on the play clock. In shotgun, a back to his left. 2 receivers to the top. Back to throw. They sent more than 4. Caught by Smith-Njigba. Spins out of bounds at the 38. Nope, they mark him in play. I don't know if they're going to spike it or take their timeout with 12 seconds. I think they took their timeout. Kind of a strange call. I think you could have gotten up there and clocked it. They're only at the 38. He just missed a 53-yarder. Oh, he shoved Melton out of the way. That could have been OPI. I don't know about that. Smith-Njigba gave Melton a shove. Good tackle by Melton to keep him in bounds. His elbow's touched out. Yeah, his elbow. They're going to look at this. I think his elbow's touched out of bounds. They may call this out of bounds. So it is an official review. Yeah, I think his elbows hit first, so they may get their timeout back. Interesting call, but man, I would like to hear them discuss that little shove that Smith-Njigba gave to Melton. That looked okay. They do get the timeout back, so they're already done. See, WNBA, that's how you do a video review. Short and sweet. All right, they get their timeout back, each team with 1 timeout. 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 38. And I think the Cardinals just used their last timeout. Not sure why you wouldn't save that in case you need to ice the kicker. But they are out of timeouts, and Seattle still has 1 remaining after they ruled Smith-Njigba got out of bounds with his elbows. Yeah, but holy cow, I kind of looked like OPI. I think he gave a shove to He's 12 of 19, 63%. Jason Myers on lead changing in late in the game or overtime or game. Yeah. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 38. Game tied at 20. In shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff to Charbonnet. He plows it forward, gets maybe to the 34. It'll be 2nd down, and they're going to let the clock go down and then line up for the game-winning field goal. They call the timeout with 3 seconds to go. So actually, it's I think I forgot to give them the 1st down on that last play. 2nd down. Both teams out of timeouts. They put 1 second back on the clock. It is 2nd down. Give them a gain. Yeah, 4. 2nd and 6. This is going to be a 52-yarder. He just sliced or pushed one to the right from the right hash mark. This time they'll be on the left hash mark, but no icing the kicker. 52-yarder. 4 seconds left in regulation. 4th quarter. Yep, left hash mark. Myers is ready. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is on the way. It's up and just slips in the right upright. Seahawks win 23-20 is your final. Wow, he's lucky he was from the left hash mark because he sliced it again and it just slipped in the upright. And the Seahawks get really lucky. They played it safe and nearly cost themselves a game. Disappointment from Arizona, but they did come back down, 20-6 in the 4th quarter. Yeah, it was 17-6, and then they got that field goal. Yeah. So it was definitely 20-6. Wow. So Myers comes through. Wow, pretty good game as a result. We'll end the poll 75%. So a vote of 15-5. 15 of you were right. The Seahawks would win in Glendale, Arizona tonight. All right, we'll do a quick post game here, and we'll call it a night. Tough loss for the Cardinals. They dropped to 2-2. Seahawks 3-1. They are a half game behind the 49ers, who are now 3-0 and will play, I think Sunday. Cardinals lose at home to a division foe. They dropped to 2-2. Seahawks 3-1. All right. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so on your way out. All right. Murray finished 27 of 41, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Again, one of them wasn't his fault. The other one got fumbled back to the Cardinals. But he did take 6 sacks for 36 yards. Congrats, Seahawks, Rick Smith says. Yep. Hey, thanks for chiming in. Thanks for watching and liking. Appreciate you. So Cardinals O-line left a lot to be desired. Murray under pressure almost all night. Murray leading rusher, which can't happen. 5 for 41. Benson had 8 for 35. Just not enough on the ground. The 2 touchdown catches. Marvin Harrison Jr., 6 for 66, a touchdown. I think it was either an 18 or a 16-yard catch for a touchdown. Maybe I think he did have an 18 after the touchdown. And DeMarcado took that one in from 7 yards, 2 for 13 and a touchdown. Trey McBride had a great night, 7 for 52, though. Not a ton of yards. Darnold, 18 out of 26, 242 yards passing, a touchdown, 3 sacks taken. Walker, 19 carries, 81 yards, not bad. Charbonnet chipped in 12 for 39 and a touchdown. Darnold ran once for 24. Smith-Njigba 3 for 11. Smith-Njigba ended up with 4 catches for 79 yards, along at 36. Elijah Arroyo, 2 for 44. Barner, 3 for 32, and the touchdown. Walker, 1 for 29. Cup, 4 for 26. Yeah. And 6 sacks on the night, led by Nwosu's 2. 3 by the Cardinals, nobody more than 1. All right, that's going to do it. Oh, I forgot to put this up. Please be sure to tune in again tomorrow night, just over 20 hours. 20 hours and 9 minutes. We'll be back on the air for Aces at Fever, Game 3, best of 5, series tied 1-1. 6:30, followed by, hopefully not joining in progress, but may have to, Lynx at Mercury, also a 1-1 series, best of 5. Again, Game 3s. Go Fever. Yeah, good night, Rick Smith. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pulling for the Fever as well. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Sinbin Stream, wishing you a great rest of your Thursday night, and hope you have a great Friday and are back tomorrow night for WNBA doubleheader playoff action. Until then, take care, be well. Sinbin Stream signing out.